So I heard you are still struggling with getting the perfect crotch measurement.
So to calculate for your crotch, I'm going to show you how I do mine, and then the picture I'm going to attach to the side of this video is what my crotch look like all the time, both the ones I make for my clients and myself. My crotch always relax well. The only thing you need is just to get the right calculation or the measurement. I don't measure because most times, when I started and I used to measure, sometimes it doesn't fit well. But ever since I've been using this calculation, it works perfectly well for any size. So what I do is I will get my hip measurement. My hip measurement is now measuring 42. So what you do, you divide the 42 by 4. If you divide 42 by 4, now it is going to give you if you divide 42 by 4, it will give you 10.05, right? So what you do after getting it like this, now let's assume you're making a trouser, a fitted trouser for those people who likes their crotch hugging them very well in front. You can divide it by 4 and use it this way, especially if you are making a very fitted trouser. But me, I don't like when the crotch is hanging directly on my parts, right? And you know what I mean by my parts. So I don't like it when it's hanging directly. So what I do is that after dividing my hip by 4, I will now add 1 inch to it. So if you add 1 to 10.5, it's going to give you 11.05. So this will be your crotch measurement. So another way I use it is, if you're making a palazzo trouser too, depends on how big the trouser is, you can decide to, this is your hip measurement divided by 4 already. You can decide to add like 1 inch or 1.5 of an inch. It depends on how big the trouser is, because if your palazzo trouser is very big and you're still going to use this crotch measurement for it, is going to pack. Do you understand? It will not relax. If you want it to be flattened on the front part, right, on your private areas part, if you want it to be flattened, you don't just use this, except you want a very fitted trouser, then this 10.5 can go for a very fitted trouser, right? Let's say this is for a fitted trouser, very fitted. Then you're making a palazzo trouser, add 1 inch to it, so it will now be 11.05. So let's say you're now making those very bogus trousers, you can add 1.5 to it. It will now go to 12. It will now go to 12 inches for your crotch. So now you're working with your hip measurements. So what you do, you measure it, you divide your hip measurement by 4 plus 1. That's how I get my crotch measurements all the time. And the trouser you will see at the side of this video or in the comment section, the crotch part I will be posting. This is how I get it. It is very helpful. The best method I've used so far, and that's what I've been using for the past 2 years that I've been sewing actively.